They all just went wild. And Copper ran out. And now we have found little Tommy. Tommy had run out of the brooder. So, Tommy, he's okay now. Let me show you these babies. So Copper came back. Tammy, and Tommy are our little baby turkeys, and they're not staying put. And then we got Butterball, wherever she be. There's Butterball. So in case everybody was keeping track, you're okay. Yes. You just got cold and scared. Yeah. So this is Tommy. And Tommy ran away from home this morning. We had to go get him. You're okay now. Here, stand here for a second. Let me put you inside. You can't be running out of the coop every 6 or 7 times that you get scared. You got to stay put, okay? Tammy, I swear. Get your ass down. I'm going to have to put a piece of chicken wire over my brooder today. Tommy, you okay now? Hi, baby boy. You got scared. Yeah. I don't know. You're going to have to put a piece of thing up. We can't have you running away. I know. This is Tommy. I know. Tommy, you can't run away, baby. You're too little. Now listen. We won't have all that. Now you get in there and play with your friends. I can't. I have to get a piece of chicken wire. Them sons of bucks keep jumping out, and I just put them back in there. I have to get me a dead-burned piece of chicken wire and put it up on top of the brooder. Keep them sons of bitches from flying out. Chicken wire. And now I got pine down. This is how life is this morning. We have 3 little turkeys. Tammy, and Tommy, and then we have Butterball outside. But we're going to have to learn, children, that you just can't go running off willy-nilly because the mood strikes you. So now, we're finagling some chicken wire just to keep them contained. Tammy Faye. This is Tammy. Tammy the turkey. She has beautiful wings. Hi, Tammy. Y'all scared during the storm? I'm sorry. I know it was scary. Morning, Helen. So, anyway, this is what I do in the morning. I have cuteness, aggression, and I raise a lot of birds. Then I write country songs and comedic bits and get on stage. Right, Tammy? You Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Hi. Oh. Get over here, Button. This is Button. He's a week old. And he's a little bitty baby. A little bitty. Button, come here. This is a week-old barred rock. This is a week-old baby. See the difference? These little sons of bitches ain't no bigger than a minute. Tommy, Timmy, get out of the water. It's not a pool. Oh, God. I swear, it's like having kids. You done messed up your chicken wire. You have to bend it around the corner of the brooder. Because I've got 10 little Andy Dufresnes. Oh, God. Can't. Helen, you just can't sit in the door. Just sit your ass in the door. You can't do that. And Daddy has put way too much shavings in your old coop again. What y'all doing? I know. I know. They had their first big storm last night. It's kind of freaked them out a little bit. Hello, children. There's Hazel and Helen. Butterball. Marty, who turned out to be a girl, by the way. There's Pet. There's Lucy. There's that one that we ain't named yet. There's Shirley. Sitting on her damn post. Hi, Cheryl. You got Leonard over there in the corner. You got Medea eating worms. Is that Medea? Which foot is that? Yeah, red foot. That's Medea. Then you got Bob. Estelle. Liberace. Marty. I'm telling you, it's an episode in tear. Alright. Hello, Pet. Hello, Copper. So glad for you to come back this morning, you little shit. So, here's the babies that are flight risks. Timmy, sit your ass down. We got 2 silver lace Wyandottes in this corner. We got Timmy, the hopping turkey over here. 5 cinnamon queens. A bronze Orlt. A regular white standard turkey. 3 little buttons. 5 cinnamon queens. 2 rustic rocks. 2 Barney Builders. 2 partridges. 2 silver lace Wyandottes. 2 blue producers. It's a lot. That's with the second run. So, anybody who's got chickens knows that you start with a starter flock. And then you add to, quit it, now sit down and eat your breakfast. Then they, once you get your starter flock off and running, which is usually, you know, your... How's there a church bell ringing at 7:23 in the morning on a Wednesday? Anyway, so then you have your second flock, which is your Sarah Beth. You have your starter flock and your secondary flock. But anyway, look at my ferns. Huge. Got 2 of them. Over there at Kim's greenhouse in Milton. She's got the best stuff. And then just to show you what I did, I finished this raised bed and I still got to finish planking it. But I had to get my tomatoes in the ground yesterday. So that is 42 tomato plants. That's too many tomato plants. I know this. Shut up. So I've got to finish my othern. That's where all of my peppers are going to go. We've done put up the poles for the Copacabana. I've got to hang the clothesline. I got to put my stones down for my new fire pit. I'm telling you, I'm just building an outdoor stage. And I knew that noise. When it starts making that high-pitched whistle, it means he's falling out of the brooder again. Oh, I tell you what, I can't even drink my coffee in peace. I don't even know what this live's going to be like when I go back and rewatch it. Hell, this has all just been... I had to chase Copper. Sunbuck was up here by the plants. Liberace was no help. I keep hearing that high-pitched chirp. It's usually one of the turkeys, and they've usually gotten out of the brooder. Does anybody else have turkeys? This is the first time I've had any live past like a week old because they're so stupid. And now I've got 4 of them little bucks. We've only lost 3 chickens. Okay, out of 60 chickens and 5 turkeys, we've only lost 3 birds. Which is very good math, I think. That's pretty good percentages. So, we lost one little baby because I accidentally put the water down on top of him and he smothered. I'm sorry, there was a bunch in there and he ran in there last minute. It's my fault. And then the second baby we lost was the little turkey that went on to see Jesus the first night he was here. He just didn't act right. And then we had a little button baby that, I'm not kidding, it was bigger than what comes out of a robin's egg. No bigger than what comes out of a robin's egg. I can't talk. And he drowned yesterday. So, if I don't lose any to coccidiosis or hawks or just pure plain negligence or they bump their head in the fryer or something. But it's just the circle of life. I get real teary-eyed about it if I think about it too long because I have too big a heart. And I have to remember that it's a farm and they're chickens. So, you know, like, I don't know. But we got 4 little roosters. We got Leonard, Copper, Napoleon, and Liberace. And they're all babies. You talk about me conditioning 4 little chickens with little man syndrome. They're so tiny and they're so bossy. It's like having an army of little 4-year-olds. But anyway. Then we got the 3 bards. Shirley, Hazel, and Helen. And then the little baby bard, who will be Hallie. And then we got the big bard rocks. We got Geronimo. We got Medea. We got Onlene. And the whole reason I named one after my grandmother is because she's got a broke toe because she keeps tripping over the step. So this toe is like all mangled. And it's grown that way now, so she just has like a weird stance. But that's really funny because my granny has broke her toe more times than the Markham and Wallace can count. And it's all because she trips over that one step going into her house. There's one step. One. That's why I'm adamant about when we build our big house, our forever home here in a couple of years, that there will be no stairs. Ramp, slides, and elevators. I ain't doing it. Chutes and ladders. I ain't doing stairs. I got a bad ankle, I got a bad knee, and I got a bad attitude. I ain't hauling this ass upstairs if I ain't got to. So, anyway, but our turkeys are, we have 2 boys and 2 girls. We have Tammy, Timmy, Tommy, and Butterball. They're bitching at something, and I can't figure what they're bitching at this morning. Maybe it's because it rained last night. I don't know. Maybe it's because the turkeys flew the coop. Maybe it's because that little baby died and they're all in mourning. I don't know. And then my 2 new little blue-hairs. One's named Ethel and one's named Eunice. Because they're blue hairs. And then we got Priscilla, who is a barred rock, and she's mixed with something. Because she's got gold tips on her wings. I've never seen a barred rock with gold tips. Well, not since high school. So, anyway, so I named her Priscilla. And Steve and Edna are naming some because they own 5 of the babies. 6 of the babies. I don't know. All I know is that I have to build some nesting boxes soon. And I got to put my bigger roosts up. But what we were talking about earlier, like my fiance is like, too many projects. And I was trying to tell him that it's not all different projects. It's one project. It's like cooking a meal. Like, you know, you don't cook, like, you don't say like, I got to make mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and green beans and a ham. No, you're making dinner, right? So you just get all the other stuff done. It's kind of like this. I got the raised beds. I got the coop. I got the Koopa Cabana. I got the clothesline. I got the fire pit. I got the spice box. I got the barn shed. So, you know, I want, when I walk out my backyard, to me just be happy. I just want me to be like in peace and have my chickens and have my garden and have my husband and half my blonde hair. That's the dream. And then I go and play music Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday so I can pay to put more shit in my backyard on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But last night we went into... Sean said, we got a meeting, you got to get dressed. And I was like, okay. He had run town to pick up some stuff. And he said, I'll be back home by 7 o'clock. You need to get dressed. I was like, okay. I assumed we had like a meeting at a bar or something for a show, or usually like a radio interview or something. So I threw my clothes on and I put on what I thought was a cute blouse, a pair of jeans, little high heels. And he walks in and he goes, you're going to have to change. I said, what's wrong with what I got on? He said, you're way overdressed. I was like, where are we going? He's like, just get in the car. And I was like, so I still think that we're going to some kind of meeting. So we get in the car and we get on the interstate. I said, where are we going? And he said, we're going to Charleston. I said, why? After he finally dressed me, he put me in a t-shirt and a flannel and a pair of boots. And I was like, I would never wear this to a meeting. But anyway. So once he gets me in the car and my seatbelt is fastened and we are motoring down the highway, he said, we're going to go see Breaking Benjamin and Stained. And I was like, well, I wish you would have told me that. I had a rock outfit. He told me it was a meeting. That's a different thing on a Wednesday night. I didn't know if we was going to church. Oh, it was Tuesday. We would have went to church on Tuesday. Anyway. So we got there just in time to see Breaking Benjamin. And we watched about half of Stained. And Aaron Lewis did a good job. But I liked Breaking Benjamin's portion of the show better. And we stayed about halfway through that last set. And I was like, we gotta get. That storm was rolling in. And I was worried about my babies. So we went and had a date night. Saw a rock concert. Sean laughed because it's my first rock concert. I was like, why would I ever be at a rock concert? I'm a country music singer. I mean, open for Plush. And I ran into, Aaron Lewis at Losers one night. And one of my used to be friends and now people, so I don't remember her name. But she knocked my drink out of my hand and splashed it in his face. And she said, drunk much? And I was like, that was club soda. But thanks for embarrassing me in front of Aaron Lewis. She's since called me a dog abuser and an animal abuser and made a big, huge ruckus about it last June. In front of God and everybody, including me. And I was like, who the hell you should know better than that. I think anybody that knows me knows that I'm not an animal abuser. I take in every stray, gay, and weirdo that I can find. So, now we have 60 birds, a dog. Probably going to get a goat. Knowing me, I'll have a squirrel. But, anyway, she's the very reason that I'm not friends with Aaron Lewis, because she embarrassed the absolute shit out of me that night when I met him. And that's okay. I haven't talked to her in over a year, and my life has been better for it. So wherever she is, I hope that she's still staying awake at night thinking about what she did. I don't hold grudges. I just don't go back to restaurants that I get sick at. Like, I don't hold grudges, but I also don't forget shit. So if I see that person, I'm like, wait a minute. Let's go back in the Rolodex and be like, no, they're a total see you next Tuesday, like a level 7 see you next Tuesday. So there's no need to even entertain that. Let me give you all a little tip. People who are playing in the Super Bowl really don't give a fuck who's in Little League. They really don't. Don't care. Don't care who's playing high school sports. Don't care who made the playoffs. Don't care who won districts. You don't. When you're trying to make it into the Super Bowl, you really don't give a shit who's playing at the state level. You really don't give a shit who's playing at the local level. You might if they work up their way to get on the same field as you, but I ain't going to start worrying about it now. And I ain't got time to learn new words right now. So, That's what everybody keeps calling. They're like, are you mad about this? I'm like, I'm not mad about anything, really. If you don't want me to play at your venue, then they don't ask me. I've had some specifically not ask me because they know that I'm going to tell the truth. Truth ain't never hurt you. It might burn a little bit, but it's, it's always better to tell the truth. But it is what it is. You just know what not to do. Like, if you keep getting food poisoning at Olive Garden, You're not going to eat Olive Garden anymore, no matter which Olive Garden it is, right? I'm kind of that way. I'm like, there's certain breeds of people. There's people with a Jezebel spirit, and you can tell. And there's people with a malicious spirit that you got to kind of back off of. That, you know, you learn that shit as you get older. I'm worried that I'm going to have to buy an incubator for too long, because you know these bitches are going to start laying. I think before I worry about an incubator, I should build probably some nest boxes. See, this is part of that if you're cooking Sunday dinner. Like, it's in phases. Like, I have to finish the raised bed so I can see how much pellet wood I have left so I can make the nesting boxes. And I can't really just sacrifice with the nesting boxes until I see if I have to use those 2x4s from a raised bed. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to buy 3 jars of mayonnaise to make macaroni salad and tomato salad and potato salad. No. I'm going to buy 1 jar Dukes and figure out how much I need to use for each one. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm trying to pretend construction is cooking, and it's not the same. Them birds is making all kinds of racket. It better not rain today. I got too much shit to do. Gotta wake up. I gotta put some clothes on besides this bathrobe. I gotta wash what's left of this eyelash glue off my head. And I gotta remember to put on face cream tomorrow because you see I got sunburn. Look at this. Look at this big farmer's tan. God. I'll lose weight, but my tan will be uneven. That's the trade-off. Unless I work out in the backyard, and I can't do that neck until my fence is fixed. That's the Blue Jays. Would y'all shut up? Oh, I hate a Blue Jay. They're assholes. I hate Bradford pears, and I hate Blue Jays. Blue Jays are mean, and they're assholes, and they don't do nothing but just pick on other birds. They're like the mean girls of the bird world. And listen at them. Gone. Now you've called in the geese. Why are you calling in the geese? Freaks my turkeys out. Anybody else got thunder chickens? Anybody? Do you know what age they can go into the run without you worrying for their life? Oh, God. This is what my life is. Writing country songs, thinking of things that are funny, and feeding chickens. That's what my life is. Oh, last night, though, I saw something I hadn't seen in a long time. This girl was wearing a cute little peasant skirt and a cute little tube top. Very appropriate for what we were doing at a concert. And she was with one of those boyfriends that wanted to let everybody know that that was her boyfriend and that was his girlfriend. It was one of them Walmart kind of loves. He had his hand shoved so far down the back of her skirt, I'm pretty sure he was fingering her fart chimney. Like, don't be doing that. You're going to get stinky pinky. Don't do that. But she had his hand all the way down his pocket to the point where I could see about 4 inches of his crack. And I thought, well, there's the crack problem in West Virginia standing right there. But I thought that's a Walmart kind of love, you know? Like, I want a Walmart kind of love. You know the kind where he sticks his hand down your behind. Right? It's the only way to let him know that it's mine. See? You just write all kinds of parodies with this shit. But I try to take a picture of it, but I'm not very, you know, I'm not very inconspicuous. I was like, look at that boy's crack. Are you going to be a plumber when you grow up? You don't even get that joke. It's fine. It's fine. This is what my day's like. So, I'm going to go out here and work on my raised bed and get it all ready for dirt. And then we're going to take a truck out to Kim's and get some more dirt so I can put 3 more flats. Good. Yep. I'm going to have to build 2 more beds. Shit. Yeah. So, if you want to donate to the Sarah's Got to Put Your Bunny Shit in the Ground before next rain, you can donate on my Venmo or PayPal and be like, here is $12 for a bag of dirt. And I'll be like, much obliged. I actually thought about doing that. Just because that's such a good idea. The way that I've done it, and I know that's probably wrong, the drainage pipe for my gutter on the porch dumps right there in the yard. Like big, huge pole, big, huge pipe, and it just dumps in that part of the yard. And it all runs downhill to the creek. So I have done graduated beds. So when it rains, and it gets to that level, and then it'll just kind of seep down, and then it'll kind of seep down. Because I did it the old way, like we did in Louisiana. You can't place shit in the ground in Louisiana because it's under the water table. So I did a big raised bed, and like they taught me, like you cut up my pallet in half, and you saw it, and you screw it together, and you make yourself the big box, and then you fill the bottom with brush and gravel and whatever else you got natural around your yard that will cause drainage. I used whatever spare lumber and crap we had. And then once I got it leveled out, some damn blue jays. Oh, I hate blue jays. Then you put 2 more pallets that are kind of junk pallets that you ain't worried about. And then you put your cardboard down. Wet it down. Then you put your dirt. Then you put your... I've got about 6 inches of dirt in there. So, anyway. And the whole reason I did that is not for any other reason other than I don't have a rototiller, A. And B, my back's not like it used to be. So I don't really want to bend over and suck tomatoes. So now I just have to do this. Which is not so bad. And I'm doing that too. Oh my gosh, Jessica, that's so funny. That's I'm doing the same thing. I got to go down to Trevor's today and get a whole stack of tires because I'm going to rebar it and do my taters. That's so smart. My papa taught me that too. He used to do it with big track tires, and you just knock the tire off the top, and you got taters. Do it all the way down. Sean's like, is that going to look tacky? I'm like, we have a chicken coop made out of pallets in the backyard, and I'm putting up a cabana. You're worried about rebarring some tires to grow some taters? Who the hell's going to see them? Me? Tater tire. So, it's just supposed to be overcast and cloudy today, which means that I can work without getting super overheated. Because, you know, I'll get high because I'll smoke, and then I'll get hot because, you know, I'll dry out, and then I get dehydrated. So, you know, West Virginia engineering. Girl, I know all about that. I'm from the other side of the holler in Kentucky. We just Jimmy rig everything. Dad's like, do you want these big raised beds at my house? I'm like, I do, but where the hell am I? When am I going to come get them? I got to put this stuff in the ground before the end of the weekend. I'm not coming to Irving until next week for Mother's Day. So, you know, I get it. I love seeing my parents, and I love going back and forth, and I love, like, that they help me out so much. Like, they're like, you need this? I'm like, sure. But I also can't come home when they want me to, and that bothers me sometimes because we have so much stuff to do, and that's just part of being a grown-up. But if they wanted to bring them up here in their truck and visit for the day, since Mother's never been to West Virginia, I wouldn't oppose to that at all, but she probably won't. Just saying. If you can't get there on I-75, she probably ain't going. It's true. It took her like a year to figure out how to find me in Nashville because it wasn't off I-75. I'm like, you got to get off and go to another interstate. Freaks her out. If it's on I-75, she's all right. If it ain't, she's probably not coming. Well, we've now chased a chicken, rescued a turkey, talked about the plan for the day. I got to get in there and put on at least a bra and some shoes that don't have holes in them. And I don't have, like, sad little shoes. I have Crocs on, so don't start singing Coal Miner's Daughter to me or nothing. Anyway. And I think that Sean and I figured out that he can Jimmy rig that automatic deer feeder, and we should be able to put it in the chicken coop and use it for them. Telling you, I'm engineering. I do know I have to go get 2 other roof panels besides that clear because yesterday it was like an oven, and I felt so sorry for them little chickens in that brooder because they couldn't get out. They're too small. Thought I heard the turkey out. She's all right. Telling you. I have my chickens on a Ring camera. Okay, don't shut up. They're on nanny cam. I check on them. Freaks me. So, all right. Well, it is now almost 8 o'clock, and I got to get up and have some coffee and finish this L8 and put on some real clothes and get to work. I love you, and I mean that. There ain't anything that you can do about it, and I hope to see you soon. If you want to see me, book me. It's that easy. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to get this eyelash glue off my eyes. It just hangs in there like a hair in a biscuit. So, well, that is all from this side of the porch today. Whatever you do, do it with gusto, do it with kindness. Be nice to animals and children and, you know, old people are trying. They had AOL. Be nice, okay? Like, it's a whole different world now. All right, friends. That's it. That's all the news I have for Wednesday morning. I promise I'll probably look like something by the end of the week, but since we're on my porch and starting in the morning, I didn't. We're friends. Welcome. So, all right. Well, as always, remember, friends, I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not. Bye.